What is going on, guys? It is your boy J Boogie here, and today I am bringing you this commentary. This is 30 and 13 free for all on the Map Pod. What is going on? It has been a while. I know this. It's been a while. I have been working and haven't had time for YouTube. I thought I was gonna record for day 20. 20, I think it's 21, 22, no, 21, because 22 is the best of. That's when the best of is going to come out. So I thought I was going to record for that, and I ended up dropping the ball. I only hit like 2 clips for it, and then yeah, so like you'll probably see those clips somewhere. So yeah, I originally wanted to talk about some things today. I had a little scare today at my job. For those of you who don't know, I am a demolition and asbestos abatement expert. What is asbestos abatement? Asbestos abatement is well, if you breathe in asbestos, if you breathe in asbestos, it can cause lung cancer like mesothelioma and all that good stuff, all the shit that you see people suing people for. But I remove that. So I remove that, and I do demolition, which is also a part of my job as well. And so today, which is, you're probably watching this on Wednesday, so it happened Tuesday. Today I go down. So part of my job is to remove asbestos, and I go down into this into a manhole. It's called a manhole. Don't ask me why it's called a manhole, but it's called a manhole. So I go down in a manhole, and you know, it's just like any old regular day, and I'm removing asbestos off of a live wire. Yes, I know that sounds crazy. It's a live wire. It's like, why, J Boogie, why can't they cut the wire off or whatever? But it's a primary line. It's a primary power line that's underground. So it's an electrical manhole, and it's a primary power line. So I was working on this power line, removing asbestos, and it's very dangerous. So like, you have to be trained, like really trained in order to work on these. And I've done a bazillion of them, and I've never had a problem until today. So what happened, you ask? For some odd reason, I was removing the asbestos off of this electrical line, and it arced. And you could probably guess what happened next. You know, me and my partner that was down there, because you always go down there in twos. It's the buddy system always when you go down into these things. So me and my partner rush out of this hole in fear of our lives, because if this thing would have blown, it could have been bad for me and my partner. I probably wouldn't even be sitting here making this commentary if it would have blown. That's how dangerous this job is, and that's how much you have to be prepared and trained to handle any type of situation. I handled the situation. I handled pretty well, but you know, my partner, who was kind of new, he was trained, but he wasn't trained on how to handle an arc. I wasn't trained on this either, because you can't prepare for it. You know, it just pops up out of nowhere sometimes, and you can't prepare for an arc. So there's so the arc, when the arc happened, and you know, I handle, you know, fear very well. You know, it's a controlled fear, but it's not a you know, frantic fear, if that makes sense to anybody. So it happened. Uh, it, it this was my first arc, and you know, it 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 was an adrenaline rush, basically. You know, every day I go to work and get too compliant, and then something bad happens, but no one gets hurt. But I'm glad that I'm safe. I'm glad that I got to experience this, because then I can just move forward from this experience and learn how to handle it a little bit better than I did, and learn how to just overall just figure out what to do in those types of situations. Like what's the quickest way to get out? How are we gonna get out of here? Because it was like there was one point where me and my partner were trying to both get out of the hole at the same time, and that's not a good thing. So he had to back off, and I exited the hole, and he exited the hole as well too. So everything was okay. I'm okay. And the moral to the story is, when you're pulling asbestos off of an electrical line, be careful. If you ever decide to get into my field, it's a blast. No, I'm joking. That was terrible. But anyway, that's my time. I gotta get out of here. This free for all game was kind of funny at the same time, because there were people in there calling me gay and shit like that, and I whooped all their asses with a fucking sniper rifle, and they said I was camping the whole time, but I really wasn't. Obviously, I wasn't. But anyway, I gotta go. That's my time. I gotta get out of here for today. Leave in the comments, what is your biggest fear and what scares you? Leave it in the comments below. Peace out.